everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. Today is not a charm chatter. Today is actually it is March 7th. No, wait, April 7th. And this is a video I was tagged by Gary from Urban Yarns about the 10 yarny things. I think Crystal from Bag O' Days started this, and Gary tagged me. So today's video that's what it's going to be about, and let's see what happens. See how this, I tried this once already and my camera quit working, so cross your fingers that we get through this. And I'm excited to share some stuff with you. Some 10 favorite yarny things, I guess, is the whole gist of this. I have questions written down over here. So the first question is, what is your favorite color yarn? Well, if you've ever watched my channel, purple. Purple's my favorite color, so therefore it would be my favorite color yarn. This particular color of purple happens to be my favorite color of purple, so that's why I'm showing it to you. Not because necessarily that Super Saver is my favorite yarn, but because they do have my favorite color of purple, and I specifically have purchased a couple of these skeins of this purple because it's this color of purple, and it is called Amethyst. Than Super Saver does carry it. Super Saver does have many flavors of yarn, and this one is my favorite. But I like all colors. I like pastels. I like brights. I don't like drab. So if it like army green, mustard yellow, I know those are really popular right now. And I do have army green clothes, and I have mustard yellow clothes. But they have to be brighter, not drab. So there's that. I don't like drab. So that's question number one. Question number two, what is your favorite weight of yarn? I don't know that I have a favorite, just offhand favorite weight of yarn. I probably have most of my yarn is probably a 4-weight. I have a lot of cakes, and they're mostly 4-weight. I have a lot of, just solids, and they're mostly 4-weights. But I do have 3s, 2s, 1. I do have some 1, I think, or 2 skeins of 1. And I even have heavy-duty weight yarn. And like each kind of yarn, I think, has its own special little things that make it wonderful. This is a 2-weight yarn, and oh shit, oops, I had a stitch marker in there so that I did not pull out my stitches, and guess what, I just pulled them out. Where it happened to my stitch marker, I don't know. But darn it, this is something that I've been working on. I haven't worked on it in a while, and it's not forgotten, it's just I haven't had time. But this is out of a 2-weight yarn. It's beautiful. Look at the stitch definition. Look at, it drapes so nice, and it's a 2-weight cotton. And I love this yarn. This particular yarn is indeed one of my favorites. And we'll go into that when we get to favorite style. But like, I love the thin yarn. I've made my kitchen curtains were made out of a 2-weight yarn. I'm making a wrap, a beach cover up for my daughter out of a 2-weight yarn. I love the way they look. The fabric looks when you're done with a 2- and 3-weight yarn. But then I also like thicker yarns. I made this. This is a Bag O' Day pattern. I don't remember the name of it. If I find it, I'll link it. And this is like, look at the thick this yarn is. I think it's a yarn. I got it, I get a lot of yarn. Oh, I don't anymore because they don't have it, but I had that discount store that I used to be able to get a lot of yarn at. This yarn, I think, is Essentials. I think it's a Red Heart yarn. But look how thick that is. I mean, I had to use my boyfriend to use this. But I worked up this whole poncho in an evening. And it was like 9 skeins of that really thick yarn. But I had to use, I used a 35mm hook because thing. I mean, this is like your boyfriend, you know. It's huge, and you have to like really. It takes, and you pull, you build up your muscles if you work with that kind of yarn. Drawback to it, but it's thick, it's warm, and it works up so fast. You make projects in no time. So those are the plus factors. You know, I think you get that with all kinds of yarns. Um, so I really don't have a weight. I love to work with 5-weight yarns. You get a little bit of the best of both worlds. And then, you know, the 4-weight is just your standard. And I'm happy with that too. You can get a nice drape and everything from those yarns as well. But I don't think you get as much stiff definition, but you get more cuddliness. And so, like, I can't really have to choose. Don't make me choose. um, you know, they all have their points, and I like them for what they offer. Makes sense? So yeah, I think I'm probably going to be a lot of wishy-washy in this whole what's my favorites. There's so many choices. I have a hard time choosing. Okay, so that's question number 2. Question number 3, what is my favorite style? It really doesn't matter. Um, it again, I like the thin yarns. I like soft. I like this, which is what I just showed you. I like the soup, you know, I like homespun. A lot of people don't like that. I like chain spun. My least favorite to work with is the Bernat blanket kind of yarn. Um, this 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 is my least favorite to work with. This is a 6. Normally I would love a 6-weight. I find this type of yarn hard to work with. This is Stitch Studio. Um, I made Chloe a blanket out of this yarn, but Bernat has the same thing. You can't get it from Stitch Studio anymore. Uh, I made Chloe a blanket out of it. I made my daughter-in-law's nephew a blanket out of it, and I find it hard. It makes my arm tired, and I can't find the stitches but it is the best blanket in the world. So I have made things out of it because it turns out to be the best thing in the world, but not my favorite to work with. And that is, I don't like yarns that are scratchy between your fingers. Other than that, I'm pretty not snobbish about my yarn. I like it all. I have to, the next question is what's my favorite fiber? I don't really have, I like acrylic, I like cotton, I like easy to care for. I have to be careful with um, wool. Some wools are itchy, my skin is sensitive to them, and and then I have a hard time working with them. Um, Superwash merino, I've worked with that. I have some knit crate, and I had no problems. But I had Chloe yarn. That's a 70% wool, but it's not a superwash wool. It's a Hobby Lobby yarn. I couldn't even finish a cowl for her. It was just irritating my skin. Um, and I would cough a lot, like fibers in your throat kind of cough, but not like anaphylaxis or anything like that. Not anything that bad, but it just makes me like, yeah, I got to itch. So I had to give it to Amanda to finish because, and now I know I'm not working with that yarn anymore. And I find the things that tend to feel scratchy to my skin, I don't like to work with, which, you know, that makes sense, right? But that's all. I mean, I just have to be careful with some fibers. Uh, so then it's, what is your favorite fiber? Soft. I don't care. I just want it to be soft. I don't care what it's made out of. I like I like it to be soft. I like cotton. I like acrylic. I like polymade. I like it all. I'm not. I don't really have a favorite. I like it all. Let's see. What is your favorite brand that you can easily buy here? Um, I would have said like store brand, I would have said Stitch Studio by Nicole when AC Moore was in business. Now, if that's asking for store brand, I would say Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. I really like it a lot. It's soft. It comes in a lot of different colors. It glides nice. It drapes well. I really like that yarn. Um, as far as just like a store brand workhorse. But then I like Twister or Twisted. What's it called? Twister. The Joann's one. I like that one. I like it better than like Impeccable, which is I think from Michaels. Isn't that their store brand? They have loops and threads and Impeccable. Uh, I like the Joann's brand better. Um, and actually, their Michaels just changed their other craft secret craft smart craft something of their store brand, and that yarn isn't bad now either. It's they increased the price by a lot, but they made it a lot softer and a lot nicer yarn to work with. I don't mind that yarn. I'm not very yarn snobby. I kind of like it all. If you're talking not store brand yarn, I like the anti-pilling from Premier. Just because it's anti-pilling. I mean, they're all soft. I did a comparison at one point when AC Moore went out of business, and I used like 4 weight yarns, and I tried everything everyone that I could find of 4 weight yarns and cost comparison, and some of them are less expensive and some are more expensive. The store brands tend to be cheaper than the name brands. Um, but bottom line, washed, said, and done, they're all pretty much there's a lot of similarities. So, um, even the Super Saver is softer now than like it used to be, and when you wash it a couple of times, it's great. Um, I know a lot of people are into the like super wash merinos. That's expensive. My favorite yarn is cheap. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a clearance sale shopper. I am a sale shopper. So I'm not paying full price. I don't pay full price. I mean, groceries. You got to. You need to eat regardless if it's on sale. Uh, but I am a sale shopper, and I don't buy clothes that aren't on sale. I don't buy furniture that's not on sale. It'll go on sale. It'll go on sale. It'll go on sale. So I'm gonna buy what's on sale. I'm gonna buy what I can get free shipping with. I'm gonna buy what I can get on sale with free shipping. Because I would rather spend my yarn dollars getting more yarn than than less yarn or shipping. So that's how I shop, and that's I don't know if that's helpful or to you or not. Uh, and I will try any yarn at least once, and mostly I buy it and then try it. Like I mean, I I if I find a good sale like Hobby Lobby's clearance sale, you go in there, you never know what you're gonna find. And I have many yarns that I've purchased from clearance sales that I've yet to ever try. Like it's the seasonal yarn for this season, kind of thing, and you may not ever get it again. I have a lot of yarn like that. I have a lot of yarn that I bought from that discount store, which I think mostly is Red Heart yarns. Um, and they were mill ends or whatever. I have tons of that because I like the color, because I like the price, and didn't know any better. So I have some of that like, oh my god, that's terrible yarn. But even that's terrible yarn, when you feel it, like there's some of that would be like old Super Saver, um, that I got, and then once you work it up and wash it, it's nice too. So I just I that's how I shop. So that's what I like. So let's see. What did I say name brand that I can easily buy? Or brand that I can easily buy. Yeah, that would be the Hobby Lobby as a store brand, and um, I'm going to say probably Premier is the anti-pilling, which is a really nice feature. So anti-pilling, anything that's anti-pilling would be good. So brand that I cannot easily buy here. Now to me that's going to be like Ice Yarns and Hobium and Hobby. I have purchased from each of those stores probably once on a whim because I just wanted to try them. And I purchased from Hobium when they were going out of business and you weren't going to be able to buy yarn from them anymore. And I purchased this is all their well, not that one, but all the rest of this is their Gazelle yarn, rock and roll. And I purchased that, and I think that's my only Hobium purchase. Not too long ago, I purchased from Hobby the Twister. Oh, there it says Twister, if you can see that. Because I wanted to compare it. This is one of my favorite yarns ever, and this is the Stitch Studio cotton by Nicole, because I just love these cakes. This is a 2-weight yarn. This is the same yarn I'm making that shawl out of that I just started pulling stitches out of by accident. And I was always able to buy these for $5, $4. They were regular $10 in the store, and I would just hoarding them up every time that, because they only carried them in the spring and summer. They got rid of them then, and they didn't have them in the winter. And so when they had them, I would buy one here, buy one there, with coupon, whatever. And then they went out of business, and I'm like, oh crap, now I can't get that anymore. So I've been looking for replacements. Hobby has this, and these sell, I don't know, maybe $12 on sale, and maybe they had a free shipping or something if you spend so much money, because I don't want to pay for shipping. I'd rather buy the yarn than pay for shipping. Let them pay for the shipping. I'll buy more yarn. Yarn Bee has this thicker. This is thicker. It says it's a 2-weight as well. Oh no, this says it's a 1-weight. So I do have 1-weight yarn. But I'm gonna say no. It's it's the same. They call this a 2-weight. I think this is thicker than this. Similar, less expensive, less yardage. Not that I'm doing a yarn comparison, but my favorites to purchase would be these. And that would be from Hobby Lobby. I don't know Hobium has them or not. I don't know. I've never even looked. I tried looking through Ice Yarns and had a hard time finding. But Ice Yarns has some really pretty yarns as well. But I've never ordered that from Ice Yarns. I ordered, I think, once, maybe twice from Ice Yarn. This was gifted to me over here. But I don't remember what I ordered from Ice Yarns. I know I ordered from them because I have a little coaster buried on my desk somewhere that says Ice Yarns on it when they sent it to me. So I any of those places. The thing about them is I'm going to order where they're going to offer me free shipping before I'm going to order from anything else. And I think a lot of those, they're all in Turkey, and they all, I think, have a lot of the same yarns. And that being said, I'm going to go, even if I can go to Premier and order yarn, and if I spend $75, they're going to ship it to me free. Well, that's pretty much as good as going to the store. The only thing I don't like about ordering online like that from anywhere is that I want to feel the yarn before I get it, because Super Saver can be rough, not as much as it used to be, but you never know what it's going to feel like. And so if it's something I've never ordered before, I want to know what it feels like before I order it. That's a problem. But wool content is an issue for me, so ordering online can be a problem for that. I would order from Premier versus Lion Brand, because Premier, I know I can get $75 worth of stuff in a minute and get it free. Free shipping. So then instead of spending $8, $10, $15 to ship it to me, that's more yarn I could buy. And Hobby does the same thing. I think you have to spend, I don't remember how much you have to spend, but they do have a spend so much and you get free shipping. If you're buying these kind of cakes, it doesn't take a whole lot to get you the free shipping. And I love these. Even if I never worked it up, it's beautiful. And it's soft and it's soft. I mean, you squish this, it's soft. When you work it up, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna hug it soft, squishy. But it's comfortable to wear. I know because I had some and I gave it away. So that's the buy here, buy there. Oh, buy here. What store would I buy? Favorite brick and mortar. Um, you know, I used to love AC Moore. Again, they're gone, and I was heartbroken. They had the best prices, I think. They would run really good sales. I think Michael's and Joann's are good. Hobby Lobby is great. They have their 30% off all the time. Um, so it really, to me, it doesn't matter one way or the other. Now, Michael's does have a rewards program. I'm loving that. They send me coupons for in my email, so I get free yarn. Because what else am I going to buy? Mostly yarn. So I like that program, and they're closer to me than the other stores, so that would probably be in there amongst my first choices. Um, I like Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn better than I like the yarn, the store brand yarn at Michael's. So 6 1/2 dozen of the other. When I go out by my daughter's house, I can go to all 3 yarn stores within a mile of each other, and then I do. So I don't have to make a choice. From home, I go to Michael's first because it's closest. I don't know that there's a favorite. It's just what's closest, what has the best stuff on sale when I'm buying it. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm at question number 8. Do I keep scraps and what do I do with them? I do keep scraps. And this is what I save them. I use them for scrap. Like in the amigurumis that I've made some amigurumis and used scraps. I made this blanket. This is my Scrappy Doo blanket. I think this is the only scrap that I've made loveys out of scraps for the stuffed animals. All the stuffed animals that I've made for my grandkid, loveys that I've made for anybody, I think has all been scrap yarn. And so it's mostly this blanket and loveys. That's what I do with scraps, I think. Well, now dowel clothes. I'm going to start using some of my scraps for dowel clothes. All the whole Wonder Woman outfit that I made from Thank You Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet, that was all scrap yarn. I fill in stuff with it. Oh, I've been making squares. That's what I've been doing with a lot of my scraps. I'm like, I don't have as many scraps. I can't remember. I've been making willow squares to make a blanket. I have a big container full of willow squares. And when I have enough scraps, then I just make more willow squares. But I haven't had a lot of time to crochet those for a while. So, and that's what I do with them. And let's see, favorite things to make. That's a hard one because I like to make something that I've never made. And see if I can make it. And so we did a make 9, or we're doing a make 9 through the Zoom group, and Mama Swift picked out 9 things for me. One of them I already had. I can't figure it out, and it frustrated me, and I don't even want to do it. It was a challenge, and it wasn't that the stitches were a challenge. I couldn't figure out where you started with like a collar piece or something in a shawl, and then you worked odd. It was an odd way to work it up. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't wrap my mind around it, and I'm like, do a tutorial. I'll make the thing from the pattern. Nah. And so we found another one. I made it. I loved it. It was wonderful. Will I make that same pattern again? I could. I loved it, but I'll probably do a different pattern next time. I like to, oh, I've been there, done that. As I said, I've only been crocheting for maybe like just going on 3 years. So there's a lot of things to make. I have like a playlist of things I just have to make. That's what I've actually called it. It's on YouTube. And it's got like 517 things in there. So instead of making something I've already made, I want to like, oh, I want to make this one. And now that I've learned to read patterns, now that's even more things I want to learn to make. And I want to learn Tunisian. I want to learn, eventually I'd like to learn to knit, but there's so many things to already make. So favorite thing to make is just a new thing that I've not done before. And that brings us to number 10. If I could only make one thing for the rest of my life, what would that be? And what yarn would I use? That would be squares. I think I would make squares because there's lots of different square patterns. And so I could really still change it up. And I could change up yarns. And if they want more precise than that, who was I? I can't remember who said blankets, because you just continuously add to it. If you could only be one thing and then you could never crochet again. I think that was Debbie that said, okay, if I can only make one thing and never crochet anything else again, I would just make a blanket, and it would just be the never ending blanket kind of thing. So I could say that, and then you could just use any and all yarns and make it work. But if it was only one type of thing, then I would say I would make squares. I looked at the kaleidoscope square that I'm making right now with my birthstone cal. I really like that. But I think I would go more to the willow square. If it was only one kind of square I could make, I would do the willow square. It's a little firmer, more substance. But there's so many other choices of squares. So that could be like a never ending almost. And what yarn would I use? All of it, any of it. Even if it could only be that I'm making one project, and I have all this yarn, what else could I do? I would, any and all of it. Something that that's not going to make me itch. Again, I'm really, really bad at making a decision. Give me a choice. I don't know. So that is my 10 yarny things. So we're going to do the first two people next. I have to tag people now. So the first two people that I'm going to tag are kind of shout out tags. And I've shouted these ladies both out before, but they're new channels. And I think that if they had the opportunity to participate in this, if somebody shouted them out as a shout out tag, I think it would be helpful to them. And so I'm going to go with Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. So Nancy, we'd like to hear from you. Your subscribers and future, hopefully, subscribers would like to get to know you a little better. And Kirstie from Aussie Yarnie. She's just made over 100 subscribers. So good. Congratulations to her. And so check them out. Then I'm going to tag Joe from Joe's Web and Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. And I'm tagging them because I think they'll do it. I think they will participate. I don't want to tag somebody and then them not participate. So, but if you don't want to participate, that's up to you. I don't care really. So that's it for this video. And it stayed under half an hour. Yay. I will see you in the next video. I have some whips and foes and whatever. See ya. Bye.